everybody.
Hey there, everybody. How y'all tonight?
Rita and Henry here with Disc Nerds Live.
We appreciate y'all making out tonight. Yes, I'll share my water with you tonight.
You're so wonderful. Thank you. I forgot to get something to drink. So say hi if you are joining us. We want to, hello, Miss Libby. Make sure that you are sharing out what we are doing tonight. This is going to be a great one. Oh, are you showing off?
I'm wearing my new shirt.
Oh,
That's
cool.
part of it.
Cool.
I came up like way up here. So you
Hey,
see the rest of it.
Brandy.
There you go. There's the mouse.
Yes, see, I do think of you from time to time.
You
honey.
do, don't you? I appreciate that. That's that once in a quarter thought process. Thank you.
I happened to be in a mall where there was a Disney store this week and decided to get Henry a shirt.
And I appreciate that.
You're welcome, honey. He needs more Disney stuff. So make sure as you are joining in, guys, tonight that you go to the top of the screen and you click on your notifications so you will know every Sunday that we go live. Sometimes we skip Sundays.
And sometimes we go live other times, too.
This is true.
You know, so.
Very true.
I don't remember if I went live with Disc Nerds or with the agency's page this past Saturday, but we were out at Summertime on the Square, which was a summertime festival.
And it was summertime.
And it was summertime.
Can you see that? I've got a little sun on
Oh,
my
you should see
forehead.
the back of my legs. So,
That was fun, though. It was fun.
Brenda, are you able to see them?
Oh.
What?
Uh-oh.
Hold on, let me pull up my phone and see what's going on.
Oh, no.
Technology at its best.
Speak up if you can't see us. Oh, the dog sounds like they're struggling.
The dog could not see us. It was concerned.
I can also make sure that we are on. Yep, we're on the right. Yeah, I can see them fine. Okay, thank you, Brandy. I appreciate that. Letting us know what's going on. Okay, so make sure that you also share out that we are live this evening because this evening's show is going to be great. I'm really looking forward to this because this is probably my favorite type of topic about Walt Disney World, concerning Disney World.
Correct.
Would you?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's one of my favorite. I enjoy. I enjoy ones like this. You know, our top. You know, tonight is our top hidden gems. Our top favorite must rides with the kid and all those kind of things.
Well, I really like hidden gems. Well, I'll talk about why I like hidden gems
Okay,
later.
well that's good. I'm glad you're.
All right, so as we're waiting for people to come on to the show this evening, I want you to think about what your favorite hidden gem is, or if you've ever heard of one or have any questions about one, feel free to jump in and ask those. Now, I know that Henry, while I have been preparing for dinner this evening, Henry has been working on putting together some news that has come out in the past couple of weeks, right? Extra, read all about it. You know what this makes me think of every time we do the news?
What's that?
Okay, so, Disc Nerds. In Spaceship Earth, where you're going up and you're seeing the printing press.
Oh, yeah.
Where they're doing the newspaper. And it has the back of the little boy who's holding up the paper.
Yeah.
That little boy used to be facing forward.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it did.
Oh, that's interesting.
Cool. Anyway, so yeah, I just think of that every time. All right, cool.
Maybe we should get the same computers they had a little later on Spaceship Earth for Libby.
Because her internet connection is keeping her from being able to see us.
Exactly, and we're sad about that.
Okay.
So here's some of the news for those of y'all who are joining us and adding on and stuff like that. There we go. Good deal. So, a couple of things. You actually saw more on this one than I did, so I'll let you talk about it.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so I believe it's in August. Over at Hollywood Studios, there's going to be a change to the Clubhouse Junior or Disney's. I'm going to get the name wrong.
Disney Junior's Clubhouse.
Yeah. The show that I always take my child to see when we're down there is actually going to be closing and being replaced with the show that's out at California Adventure right now. Yes. And so it's called Disney's Junior Dance Party. Personally, neither here nor there. I don't really care.
I will say that I've seen both of them because obviously we have a young one. We've seen both of them. I like the dance party was a little better.
Yeah.
Only because they got to move around a little more. So I get that. So
hey,
Alex turned around and asked us what do we think of Solo. So yes, we have seen it. We won't talk about any spoilers yet.
Well, let me say this first, Alex. We took Amelia actually with us to see it.
Yes, we took a 3-year-old with us to see it, and she stood regularly out of her chair going,
like this.
So she was enthralled with the movie, and she knows who her people are now. Whenever we see them out and about. We happened to be eating at Denny's today, and they had they're doing a promotion of the movie Solo also.
I actually heard about that promotion through Alex's podcast.
Oh, that's cool. So it was a lot of fun. It's a good movie. I put it right there with Rogue One. I really enjoyed Rogue One. It doesn't talk about all the Jedi. It talks about if we're in the future, I would have not been a Jedi. She would have been a Jedi. I would have been a smuggler. That's how that would have probably ended up as, So
I think that would have to be Leia.
That's perfectly fine by
me.
She's a Jedi. Yeah, and I can be Han. You see, that's easy. We've already got that taken care of. But so I really enjoyed the stories that I can relate to a little better.
I also felt like the movie was geared towards maybe the not Star Wars fan,
Sure.
like the fan base, Which that's what they did really with Rogue One too. But but it had enough in it to keep all of us Star Wars junkies happy.
Mm-hmm.
I really liked it. I thought it was a great story.
I did too. I really did enjoy it. So,
Yeah.
But hey, speaking of Star Wars, there was 2 announcements
Okay,
for
I
Star
thought
Wars.
there were 2. What are they?
2. The first one is the resort location.
Yes.
So we have our new immersive resort coming out.
And I want to emphasize location, not when will.
Oh yes, this is
when will it
new.
open?
We now have confirmed where it's going to be, which will be there right across from Hollywood Studios, basically across from where Galaxy's Edge will be.
Yes, but
So-
it's across the road.
It's across the road,
Yeah.
but there's still the ability for them to turn around and do a connecting. There had been a rumor before, still rumor, that you'll be able to leave the resort and walk into Galaxy's Edge and therefore Hollywood Studios directly from the resort. But that's right in that same area. But hey, y'all all know, hotels go up quicker than theme parks do. They may very well have it ready in time. We'll see. I don't know. If it's a different crew, then we're good to go.
Wouldn't it be cool? Okay, so 2000, just to throw out the whole travel agency thing, 2018 rates will be out.
19.
I've been saying that all
You've been
week.
saying that all weekend.
2019 rates will be out within the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And, wouldn't it be cool if they announced? I don't expect it to be announced, but anyway.
Yeah. But at some point, if they were to announce at some point between now and opening of Galaxy's Edge, that would be, because there's a lot of people that are speculating that the resorts will be full for fall of 19.
Oh, yeah.
Because you're bringing a brand new fan base. There's always been Star Wars stuff there, but there's never been something like this. So that would be a huge one. And the other bit of news is we now know the name of the village.
Oh, I knew that. Yeah, what's
That's
it
right.
called?
We're going to the Black Spire Outpost.
Yeah.
Which is named for the black spirals that you see in the back, which look like large pillars going up, which are petrified trees.
Oh, yes. Okay, because
So,
it was
giving-
from basically the remains of a village that was there before, right?
yes, I
Is that what
believe
I
so.
read? I don't know. Is that anything? You may or may not know this. Does it
I
have
don't know
anything to
if it-
do with the forgive me if I say the wrong words, canon?
I don't know if it's part of the E. It is. Well, let's go this right with it. I do not know if it was part of the original EU before Disney took it over. EU's extended universe.
We know.
I don't know if it was part of that originally, and now are they going to try and say that it would be considered part of canon? That would be something. Obviously, there's nothing been thrown into the movies yet, but who knows? Maybe the new TV show might make a visit out there.
Ah, there you go.
So,
They'll tie it all
hey
together
John,
somehow.
if you're watching tonight, John, there's an idea for one of your episodes. You can swing by there and take a look at the Black Spire Outpost. That'd be cool. So, another bit of good news out there is
This is good news.
the minivan service is now going to all resorts. So when it first came rolling out, it was open for just supposed to be just just the deluxe resorts, I think.
Well, they were testing it out at the deluxe resort.
Yes.
So the minivan service basically is your Uber. It's run by Lyft, and I think most widely everybody knows that it's Uber. So, but yeah, Lyft does this minivan service. And just to comment, Alex says that he thinks that this, what's it called again, Black Spire?
Black Spire Outpost, which is on, and I can't remember, Alex, forgive me, I do not remember the name of the planet. It starts with a B, I want to say it's like Bentu.
Bantu.
Bantu,
Yeah.
yeah. So, And I would be shocked if they don't turn around and say it is part of canon. That way, you are experiencing part of the universe.
Yeah.
So that's by far one of the best marketing tools you can work with. So
I can't wait, y'all.
That's the business side of it.
Anyway.
And the last little bit of news.
Oh, that's me.
Oh, that is you. I apologize. The dog's going to bark for a second. I will step out of the way.
Turn everything off?
Sure, can
yes,
do.
I was cooking dinner, so it is getting turned off. So what's the last bit of news there?
Oh, but I can't explain it.
Oh, okay. Sounds good. Just turn it off.
I did.
Right. Brandy says, "Oh, I can see y'all again." So, Brandy, you like Solo?
All right. So the last, sorry, I'll actually get in here. Can't just talk to y'all from behind the screen. Oh, well, we're glad she can see us again.
I know.
That was okay. So the last little bit of news was just one of those things that just goes to show how much fun it is to be down at the park at times. And sometimes it's random, you just didn't know about it. This past Saturday was the 65th anniversary of what movie?
Oh, Peter Pan.
It was.
Yeah.
So this past Saturday, Peter and Wendy and the whole gang did Following the Leader down Main Street with a bunch of people Disney bounding as they went.
No way.
Oh, yes.
Sometimes.
I haven't found videos of it yet, but I did read that out on the web of people out there doing it. So, it's one of those things like we know some people so much that are going down like right now. They're like, I'm going to miss Toy Story Land. I'm like, well, you never know. They do soft openings. Sometimes they have little weird things that go on. Sometimes they have just magical surprises like, I'm following the leader.
It's true, though. It makes me really kind of wish that sometimes we lived down there. But then again,
most certainly,
it's really hot down there.
I can get by with that.
All right, so that's about it with Disney news. If you guys have heard anything else out there, feel free to jump in and let us know what you know in the Disney universe, or at least the Disney World, Disney parks, Disney destinations.
Yeah, because the Disney universe is very large.
It's large.
And if we turn around and try to do a vlog on Disney as a whole, we would have to be, I think we have to go live like 8 days a week or something like that.
Yeah,
So
I don't have time for that.
No.
Okay.
All right.
So our topic tonight is actually inspired by a client that I have down in Disney World right now. She's down there with her children, and she sent me this message, and I loved this message. And I've been telling people this for quite some time.
Yes, we have.
She had gone to see a certain attraction, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, this is by far my favorite attraction that I have seen." She said it's totally a hidden gem.
Yes.
And
normally we would tell people to go on this attraction, and we've already agreed this is our number one hidden gem right now,
Yeah.
so we'll talk about it at the end. But we tell people, you need to go on this, they're like, are you sure? I just don't know. No, please don't make me.
that is, yes.
And we're like, trust us, and they come walking out, and the parents and the adults are cackling from it, because that's what we did. So
we will leave that one for the very end. That's our number one hidden gem. You did turn off the oven, correct?
I did.
Okay, great. All right.
I pushed cancel like 20 times.
Okay.
Good.
Excellent. All right, so are you ready?
Yeah, but I don't have just 5.
Oh, no.
Because that way I figured we would double up.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 7 myself.
Okay, that's perfect.
I bet we'll double up.
We'll double up on a couple of them.
All right, so would you like to go first this evening?
Oh, ladies first as always.
Okay. So, going down my list of hidden gems, let's go ahead and let's start at the Magic Kingdom.
And this is in no particular order, obviously.
Yes. But let's start at the Magic Kingdom. Can we
Okay.
kind of stick to parks, maybe?
Sure.
Okay.
I have to go back and figure out where everything's at. Cool.
Let's start at the Magic Kingdom. Now, you guys know I am...
I've got one there. Good.
I am a real Disney nerd. I love to read about Disney. I don't as much as I used to, but I absolutely love reading about Disney.
Work gets in the way, doesn't it?
Yeah, that job gets in the way. But I love Disney history. I love what Disney, the company, stands for, conservation and working hard and fulfilling your dreams and all that kind of stuff. And Walt Disney was just a great example of someone who put their mind to something and achieved their goals. So, Are you laughing at me?
No,
Do I
I'm just
sound like a teacher?
no. I just went back to what Epcot stands for. So
Well, anyway, we'll share that with you too, also. But so yeah, I love Carousel of Progress, and I think it's a hidden gem, and I think a lot of people overlook it because it's just another show.
sure,
It's also
and it can be long.
It can be, but let's face it, there are so many people that go to Disney World and they're like, I've got to ride every roller coaster, and I've got to ride every thrill ride, and that's really kind of where this stems from.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what is there besides the thrill rides? What, immerse yourself in the Disney culture. Forgive me, maybe I don't know if that's the right word, but get to see some of those hidden gems.
The Disney history. I mean,
yeah,
that one was from the 62 World's Fair?
1964.
World's Fair.
Yeah, so the Carousel of Progress is an original product that was put together by WET Enterprises, which is the former Imagineering, and Walt Disney had his own hand in it. And it's a great story of innovation and technology through 4 decades. Right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
I trying to get through that. I was like 4 or 5.
It's 4.
Okay, fair
4
enough.
decades because there's 4 holidays that goes through it, and it
Oh.
starts.
Good idea, okay.
It starts before there was electricity,
Yes.
and then it ends
They
in
got pl-
what is supposed to be modern day. And there's another reason why you should go watch it, is because it is kind of funny to watch the modern day stuff.
You know,
It's
though,
not so modern anymore.
it's not so modern anymore, but I do laugh at it, because, alright, so at the end of it, whenever the oven is just clicking up because they're talking, it's voice activated. And, I mean, I have changed my Siri from a female voice to a male voice because I got tired of yelling at a female because it wasn't understanding what I was saying. So,
You're laughing because the oven
I
actually
get, yes,
understands what you're saying.
the oven actually understands. So, maybe. So.
All right, so
All right.
do you have one for the Magic Kingdom?
I do have a Magic Kingdom. It is not an attraction necessarily. It's Pinocchio's Village Haus.
Okay, so why do you call that a hidden gem?
Because if you go over and sit on the side of it, you can sit down and watch people get on and off. It's a small world.
That's true.
You can wave at them. I mean, it's good little food over there, but it's also
Icky.
Icky Mouth.
That's funny.
Yes, he does. Wrong way. I can't. Sorry, I can't help that.
So when you walk
Bad printing error.
when you walk into Pinocchio's Village Haus and
Go off to the left.
you go to the left,
Yes.
and honestly, you would think it would be hard to get a table over there,
But it's regularly open.
or at least the tables are turning so quickly you can.
Yes, no one just gets over there and sits.
Yeah.
So I think it's a good looking job.
My favorite thing to do over there is to wave to everybody. Because if you've ever ridden It's a Small World, once you get onto your boat and you look up and there's a person who will wave at you. There's a cast member who's, I guess, controlling the boats. But as they come off of that little ramp and they make the turn, that's where you can see them while you're eating. And I like to wave to everybody.
That's right.
Pretend cast member.
Pretend cast member.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else over in Magic Kingdom?
Yes, actually. I do have 2 more things in the Magic Kingdom.
Okay.
Do you have anything else?
I have nothing else in the Magic Kingdom. I have 2 in all of the others. 1, 2, and 1 non-resort.
Okay.
Or non-park.
Okay. So my next one is still another kind of Disney history, Disney buff type thing.
Okay.
It is the windows on Main Street USA.
I thought about that one also.
I hesitated to use it because everybody knows about the windows on Main Street USA, but I often think that we are so much in a hurry to get to Space Mountain or Seven Dwarfs Mine Train or whatever first thing in the morning. We don't really take time, myself included.
Sure.
We don't take time to actually look at the windows that are on Main Street USA. And I was fortunate enough to be able to speak with a Disney historian this weekend, and we were just talking about how the parks were set up and how you will, basically what you're doing is you're entering into a movie when you go to Disney parks, and you're walking through kind of going on the red carpet. And as you're walking down Main Street, that's like the beginning of the movie where the credits are, and all of your windows are actually the credits. That's how Walt intended it to be when the parks were designed. Same thing has, as far as I know, in all of the Magic Kingdom parks that exist across the world. But anyway, so you can see all the names of the Imagineers, and who have had their hand in some magic at Disney.
Very cool.
One of my favorites is Roy Disney Jr.'s because it talks about sailing. And then
gotcha.
Frank Miller, who was at one point the CEO of Disney. What?
He's also creator of Batman: The Dark Knight.
Frank Miller? Oh, well, maybe I have the name wrong.
He's a cartoon. He's a comic book person also.
Oh, I thought that was
different person.
Yeah, no. But I may get them. I may have their names confused.
Uh-oh.
I was thinking that guy's name wasn't Frank Miller. But anyway, he passed away in a tragic helicopter crash.
Oh.
And then, of course, there's Walt's and everybody else's.
Gotcha.
So, Brandy says, did you mess with your microphone? I can barely hear you. Not sure if it's me.
I did mess with the microphone because the good microphone was not turned on. But if that's the case, I will turn it back off. Hold on 1 second.
All right. Is that better?
Oh, yeah. I saw the marks were up on there. There we go.
Okay.
We do apologize for that. Ooh, that might be really loud now.
It was the one that we were using earlier.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So that is another one of my hidden gems in the Magic Kingdom.
I'm going to veer off the Magic Kingdom since I have one that is not at a park. It's a resort. And I mean, a lot of people kind of know about it, but I think it's one of those things that you need to know about. And unfortunately, you can only go to it if you're staying at the resort that it's part of. But that is the pool over at the boardwalk.
Oh. Wait, the boardwalk or the Yacht and Beach Club?
Yacht and Beach Club. Sorry, Yacht and Beach Club.
I was going to say the boardwalk is the one with the big clown face.
Yeah, no, not that. No. The Yacht and Beach Club. Sorry, I had the wrong one there.
Okay, that really is.
It is a amazing. How about this? That pool is worth it enough if you're planning on taking a day off and going to the pool to pay the extra money to go to the Yacht and Beach Club.
I would agree. And with the right promotions, you can probably get a pretty decent a discount on it. But yeah, no, that is it's called Stormalong Bay. It is something else. They have a sand bottom pool. They have basically a crash ship that is a
water slide,
and it actually goes over the walkway over at the Yacht Club. There's really describing it doesn't really do it much justice. I would highly recommend that you look it up.
Yes, you have to look it up, and it is fantastic.
Well, let's go ahead and move on to another park, and I'm going to kind of leave my last one maybe as an honorable mention.
That's perfectly fine.
What park do you want to move to next? I'm going to let you choose the park. Hopefully, I have one.
Well, do you have anything for African Kingdom? Animal Kingdom.
Yes.
Okay, good deal. Excellent.
All right, why don't you go ahead first?
Well, I'm going to go with the Wild African Trek.
Oh, cool.
Now, it is a paid thing that you have to add on. It is a tour that they give you and stuff. And unfortunately, I have not been on it yet. My wife will be soon going on it, and she can
very soon
relay to me how much I actually need to be on it. But it's a. Man, how long is that?
Oh, I don't know.
I think it's a most of the day or half day to
3 hours, I think.
Okay,
yeah,
I thought it was like 4 to 6 hours. But nonetheless, you get out and you actually get to walk along and get over into the onto the reserve basically. You get to walk over to a couple of cliff spots they have that are overlooking where the hippos and the alligators and all that's at and things like that. So
they take you out onto the savannah too, where you can overlook the savannah from the Kilimanjaro safaris, and you get to have a light snack.
Yeah, that's right.
Pretty darn excited about it.
Yep.
I'll get to report back to you guys. That's what I'm doing to end my summer out. It'll be pretty cool. So I actually have something in Animal Kingdom too.
Good. I have another one after that too.
And mine is Miss Divine.
I don't have anything else to talk about now. Animal Kingdom.
Okay, so Miss Divine is what we would consider performance art, and Miss Divine can be found in several places within the park at different times. In the mornings, though, we have found her at the entrance, basically, of the park. I'm not sure you would think as a Disney nerd, I would know exactly what that's called, but as you go through the turnstiles, you have two pathways that lead you to Discovery Island. And
every time we've seen her, she's been on the right-hand side.
She's been on the right-hand side, yes. And Miss Divine is performance art, and she looks like a vine, and she interacts with the audience or the guests.
But boy, she's camouflaged. She can stand back into some trees and you don't see her at all.
And all of a sudden you're like, oh my gosh.
The tree moved.
So she blends in anyway, and she's crazy strong because she holds her position in certain ways, and you can walk under her.
She's an acrobatist.
Yeah, we have lots of video of her, and at some point we will definitely share that. But Miss Divine is something not to be missed. And when you go to the Animal Kingdom, you can actually, there'll be on the times guide, it'll tell you what times she will be out, because
Correct.
she is not out a whole lot.
No, only probably 2 hours in the morning.
Yeah.
That may be an hour and then a break and then an hour, because it is a lot. I mean, she's walking around on stilts. So.
Yeah. So Miss Divine is awesome.
Yes, I agree. I had her on my list.
Oh, cool. All right.
So let's go to Epcot now.
Okay. Go.
All right. Oh, Canada.
Have you been hanging out with Martin Short?
Well, you know what? I enjoy hanging out with Martin as often as possible. The 360-degree view movie theater they have in there, and the one that Martin does with it too. It's a good comedy, but then it's just amazing views. It is well worth the time to go in. I understand why they don't have seats, because it's 360 degrees and you got to spin around, but if it had seats, it would be even better.
Well, we are usually pretty tired by the time we go in there.
So
I agree. I really like O Canada. I think it's a great. Or the Canada Pavilion and the movie. It is called O Canada.
It is called O Canada.
I really enjoy it, and so much so that every time I watch it, it makes me want to go to Canada, which is the point. That's what they're trying to do.
That's true.
And so, I think you should definitely do it. Plus, it's actually, there's quite the walkway back through there.
Yes.
And it's a nice, beautiful little short walk of the gardens and the rocks and the water. And
yeah.
It's really nice back in Canada. I really enjoy that pavilion quite a bit. And I love that, of course, all the cast members are from Canada and they will talk to you.
They will.
Because Nova Scotia is on my bucket list.
Okay.
Visiting Nova Scotia. And the last time we were there, I got to speak with somebody from Nova Scotia.
Oh, sure. That's cool.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, what you got from Epcot?
Well, it's kind of a twofer.
All right, twofer.
Yeah, a twofer. It's actually the American Pavilion.
Okay.
And which is probably funny coming from me, because I wouldn't say I'm the greatest nationalist, but I absolutely love the American Pavilion. I love it for two reasons. I love that the movie that you watch is more than a movie, but it's animatronics of Benjamin Franklin and oh my gosh,
Mark Twain.
Thank you. Samuel Clemens, right?
Yes.
Okay. They are introducing the American story, and it's the story of America. Some of the good, some of the bad. It does sort of sugarcoat the bad.
Sure.
But it has this wonderful song called On Golden Wings, I believe the name of it. On Golden Wings. That has this wonderful video montage of all these wonderful things that have happened, all these wonderful leaders in our country. And it gets me all teary-eyed every time I see it.
Okay.
I absolutely love going in there. And honestly, as we learned this week, the Disney historian that we got to speak with came up to us and said, "Hey, what does Epcot stand for?" And me and I know what it stands for because I know everything about Disney. Was like Experimental Prototype Community of Tomorrow. And
he says, nope.
Wrong.
Every person comes out tired.
And let's face it, by the time you walk from Spaceship Earth at the front of the park all the way to the American Pavilion, which is exactly, I guess you could say 180 degrees straight back to the other side of the park, you're tired.
Well, it's a long...
Yeah. So it's a great place to sit down.
And that's even with your, a best laid plan, you're tired.
Yeah. So I absolutely love the American Pavilion. I love that the exhibits that they'll have in there, they vary from what they are, but sometimes they'll just have these different exhibits of history, American history or art or whatever. It just depends. But of course, my favorite thing about the American Pavilion...
Voices of Liberty.
Yes. So you also have Voices of Liberty. And Voices of Liberty is anybody who's from our area and has heard Voices of Lee, which is a group here in our local university. It's an a cappella group, and they sing Americana songs. And it is absolutely gorgeous. You cannot beat it. It's under the rotunda as you enter into the American Pavilion, and the acoustics are amazing, and they interact with the guests. It's just a really wonderful
chat with
experience.
you. They invite you to get closer, to hear it. It is a great experience over in there with it. So, and I think part of the thing with the American Pavilion is that the vast majority of the people that we interact with on a regular basis, we're all Americans.
Right.
So we come around and you go through and you're like, oh my goodness, here's Canada and here's Japan and here's Morocco and here's all these other places. Like, it's America. And keep on going. And you miss out on, if nothing else, even if you don't make it in there to watch the movie or the animatronic show,
It's a movie with animatronics.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway.
You need to swing by, check the Times Guide, and go listen to the Voices of Liberty.
But I do recommend that you go and check out the actual show.
Yeah.
Just for the walk up to the actual theater,
Yep.
because they have all of those flags that are hanging down. There's multiple different flags from America that you may not see somewhere else. So even we've our little one.
clean this?
Oh! Hey,
The moon.
you talk to everybody out there?
Hi.
There we go.
So it looks like Amelia's going to join us for a few minutes, and we'll just continue talking.
She brought Minnie Mouse in here. She wanted to make sure Minnie Mouse is clean. What were you telling me about the moon?
Good night, Mooney.
Good night, moon. Okay. Are you going to sit here or are you going to go back to bed?
I'm going to tell them I'm hungry.
Okay, you're hungry.
Okay.
All right.
I'm hungry.
Very good. That's good to know. Should I go get you some food then?
We'll finish up our show. We're almost done.
We're about halfway done.
Oh, we are?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're not that close to it.
Do you want to hang out with us?
Hold on 1 second. Let me do my next one from over there.
Oh, from Epcot?
I have something else from Epcot.
Oh, cool. What do you have? I love it.
I have one that everyone skips on, and I love going into it just because I enjoy people watching more than anything else.
Okay.
And I enjoy going into Club Cool.
Oh, I almost put that.
Yes,
I almost put it
I
on
did,
our
yes.
list.
Club Cool is a Coca-Cola drink area. You go in and get samples of Coke, and in there they have 13 different countries. 13 different countries that have Coke, different flavors from theirs. And
If you've ever been to World of
fun.
Coke, down in Atlanta, it's kind of the same thing. You get to set up and try all those Cokes.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's really good.
But it's fun to try and watch someone try the Beverly for the first time.
Yeah, it's quite bitter.
Yes, it is. So, all right, let me go get her something to eat while Rita talks about her next spot. Where are you going next?
Well, let me take you, and you guys have heard us talk about the hidden gem that is
there's only
restaurant.
one place left to go to.
There's only one place. So
One place
before
left.
we head over to our next park, which would be Hollywood Studios, which of course is where Star Wars is going to be. I think another hidden gem. I had to throw in a restaurant, and I know we talk about it all the time, but it's Sanaa. Sanaa over at Animal Kingdom Lodge in Kidani Village is a hidden gem. It's easy to get a reservation over there because it is so hidden, and the food is fantastic. And even if your palate is not, ready for the most exotic Indian food or African-inspired food, there still is something on that menu for you. So I definitely would recommend that you take time to go over to Sanaa, one of the best, I think, hidden gems as far as restaurants are concerned. Henry is on his way back. I'm going to throw a curveball at you. I talked about a hidden gem of a restaurant, which of course is Sanaa. Do you have any other hidden gems of a restaurant that you would like to add?
Oh, I didn't look at the restaurants nearly as much as I wanted to, because there are ones that I would highly recommend, but I think a lot of people already know of a lot of them. Things like the Garden Grill over in Epcot is one that I think a lot of people miss, because you get to Epcot, everybody else thinks, let me go to the foreign countries and try their food. But the Garden Grill over in the Land Pavilion is outstanding.
I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I think Beer Garden is actually a hidden gem.
I think Beer Garden is amazing, and the reason that it is not only because of the fact that I spent time in Germany and greatly enjoyed that, but I love the music that they perform there. They have just such a, they come in and they actually, I mean, granted it's polka and stuff like that, but you have a stage that people can come down and enjoy and dance and just have some fun. So you get to have a good family environment with it. So.
And the food is better than I remember it. Okay, so moving on to our last park, right?
Last park. Do you have more than one thing over there?
I have one thing over there.
Other than our main one?
Yes, other than our main one.
All right, good deal. I do too.
Okay.
All right,
so
you can go first.
Well, Walt Disney Presents, or what was One Man Street.
Okay, I don't have anything left.
Okay, so the hidden gem that I would consider over at Hollywood Studios is heading into Walt Disney Presents. It has been, parts of it have been taken out as of recent. I do think that was a mistake, but it is the story of Walt Disney, and you get to see a lot of the Disney history in there.
Yes.
You get to see how animatronics came about.
You get to see how animation, how they went about doing their animation style, and was able to do a full-length movie to where at the time no one was able to do anything more than just a short with it.
And when they are not promoting a brand new movie coming out, there is also a movie there that will give you a good bit of history concerning Walt Disney's life.
Correct.
If you've never read a book or watched a documentary, it would probably be mostly new information for you. For somebody like me, I've read books. I pretty much knew everything in it.
Gotcha.
But yeah, take some time to walk through there. If you have any interest at all in the history of Disney and Walt Disney, then it's worth it.
Well, and I think it's even more so than just that. It's the I think the thing I would marvel at the most the first time that we went through there was seeing how they did the multi-plane sails.
The camera
for it. So that they
iWorks invented that.
Yeah.
iWorks.
Did. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So I
think
really.
That's how you say his name. It's UB.
Gotcha. I greatly enjoyed being able to see that and seeing some of the history of it, So, but I'm a big history person also.
Now there is one other thing I'd like to add, and I thought about this and I didn't put it on my list, but I do think the Animation Courtyard, which is in front of Star Wars Launch Bay, is actually a hidden gem when the stormtroopers are out roaming around.
When they're just wandering around.
Yeah.
I'm not like the march is okay, and like people know the march.
Love the march.
And it was okay to me. I've not been as impressed with like the other show, the other march they come in with.
Do you know what is a real hidden gem I just thought about in Star Wars Launch Bay?
Goodness, what?
Boba Fett.
Oh, the Boba Fett meet and greet was amazing.
Yeah.
But I mean, it is. Anytime you can find any, and I'll go even more so than just like the stormtroopers and stuff, but anytime you can find any of the street performers, and the stormtroopers are street performers.
How did I forget that?
I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
The street performers are the best, whether it's over at Hollywood Studios or the Dapper Dans or any of them. And I guess that's where Divine is considered a street performer also.
Well, in Hollywood Studios particularly,
you have the ones that are actual street performers there.
And they will interact with you as much as you will interact with them. I've had more fun. When I was pregnant with Minnie, my whole crew that I was with was, and this has been 15 years ago.
Yep.
Actually,
yes,
15 years probably this right now. Everybody was on Tower of Terror, and I was sitting outside of Tower of Terror, kind of down in that little hole, and I was just sitting on the wall, and the Streetmosphere characters were actually going back to wherever they go, to take their break. But they, of course, they were still in character right before they were going through the gate, and they stopped and talked to me.
Oh,
they talked to me about being pregnant, and we just had a good old time.
That's awesome.
But I've had lots of interactions with them. They are quite the hidden gem.
Yeah. This is like it was the Stormtroopers. Whenever I just bought Amelia, we bought 2 lightsabers that we continue to play with these today.
Daddy.
So speaking of Amelia, here she comes. So
so let's get down to our number one hidden gem.
Okay, let's get our number one hidden gem.
Her still dirty.
Yes, ma'am. We will clean her after you go to sleep. Okay, thank you. Minnie Mouse is going to hang out with us for the end of it. There we go. she's be clean.
Wait, I want my Minnie now.
Okay, go here. Go sleep with me, Miss. I will take her and clean her later on. Okay.
But wait,
So our
I was swapping some chocolate. We have chocolate office sauce.
All right.
No, we don't.
So our number one hidden gem.
Oh, and I have to admit, whenever we put it on our list, I was like, oh, we're just filling time. I cannot believe we're doing this. Every client that we've told about it has said the same thing. Are you sure you want me to sit in through a Frozen sing-along? I have heard this thing so many times.
Let it go.
Oh, please, no. I don't want to hear that anymore.
It is
it is hilarious.
Please, please, please take time to go see the Frozen sing-along. You will not be sorry. It is so funny. And the finale is different depending on the time of the year that you go, and it is always good. So you definitely want to take time to go see the Frozen sing-along. Life with Kids, super cute though. Well, I think it's,
yes.
I will say this, the person that Minnie and I were sitting behind in the Frozen sing-along last time was pretty sure she was going to Broadway.
Oh, there we go.
Say hello.
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 All right, Cedar, be quiet now.
So our number one hidden gem is Frozen sing-along in actually much of the park, if you ask me. All right, so next week we will be back at 8:30, right?
That's right. Walt Disney World time.
Yes, and we have a show that is going to be our client questions. We decided to do client questions, but we're also going to be having a special drawing. So anyone who has given us their email address through any of our shows, we're going to be doing a drawing with a giveaway, and we'll be sending out emails concerning that within this week. So you want to make sure that you join in next week for that drawing.
That's right. It's going to be a lot of fun. Client questions is always a really fun time to do with it and whatnot. So
make sure that you send in your client questions to disnerdslife@gmail.com or send a message to us here on Facebook.
That's right. And we highly, highly, highly encourage everyone to send other questions over to us also. Joseph just trying to throw that right there. He's like, throw me into that drawing now.
We got it. We got you, Joseph. We got you.
So it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to really enjoy next week's show.
Yes, looking forward to it very, very much. All right, so we will see you next week, 8:30.
Walt Disney World time.
Y'all have a fantastic week.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.